Hello, my name is Renee Jomaa and I live in North Bennington, Vermont, and my children go to Forrest Memorial School, and I wrote an essay in response to the question of why I think this school is important and how it made a difference in our lives. Because our school is at risk of closing because of funding problems. So here's my essay, and it's kind of hard for me to read, so if I start crying, please apologize. I apologize and please bear with me. Okay, SOS, Save Our School. There is a painting that hangs on my living room wall. It is a lovely painting of several vignettes of Vermont. But every time I used to pass it, a troubled wave of feeling came rumbling through my stomach. Each time I considered getting rid of that pretty picture. Why? Because of the one little vignette of a school bell hanging off the side of a small clapboard building. I had such conflicted feelings about my school experience that I found it hard to bear even remembering that school existed, and yet I have 4 children. I grew up in a home with an angry, mentally ill mother and an ineffective father who was ill-prepared to deal with his wife or his children. Every day, especially every school day, was an ordeal. I desperately didn't want to stay home with her, but at the same time I had to contend with serious problems. Did I have clean clothes? Usually not. Could I find a hairbrush? Usually not. Was there anything to bring for lunch? Usually not. Was there anything to pack food into? Definitely not. Had I been able to sneak in a shower while my mother wasn't home so I didn't smell? Maybe. Was the signature I forged on the permission slip good enough? Usually was. I lived in such a scary, unsupported world, both at home and at public school. Somehow I was able to hide it enough, and schoolwork was enjoyable enough that I survived school, but it was painful. My poor younger sisters did not do as well. I guess they were less creative at solutions, more timid at dealing with things. They all suffered horribly from teasing. To this very day, even though they are in their 30s, I can see the damage in their personalities, in their health, in their thoughts, and in their life choices. When my husband and I started a family, I decided right away that homeschooling was the way to go. And we did that for several lonely years. But then we met Mrs. E. at Forrest Ward School, a private Christian school, and our lives have completely changed. At first, my children just participated in the art and music classes there. But then, when I saw the joy in their eyes and felt the loving and caring of the staff and the students, I realized that school could be such a happy place. I suddenly so much wanted my children to experience a social group of loving, supportive people. I realized how important that was, so I enrolled them full-time. Our family's world has become bigger, better, friendlier. We are loved, and we find opportunities to love and give back too. My sisters have seen and heard about Forrest Ward School too. Hardly a week goes by that one of us doesn't express how much we wish we ourselves could have been students here. I look back on myself, my young, vulnerable, sad little self, and think that every child deserves to be in a place like Forrest Ward School. So when I learned that it was probably closing, I was sad. Not only that my children would lose it, we would go back to homeschooling, but I was thankful that at least they were able to have such a wonderful experience for a little while. But I was also so sad that no other scared, sad little child could ever find hope and happiness here. I thought of this. If we could somehow fundraise enough money to cover the tuition expenses for 7 children, we would increase the budget enough to save the school. And at the same time, we could provide a wonderful education to 7 disadvantaged children. Is it just a pipe dream? I know it seems unrealistic, too goody-goody, but it is worth trying. Could you please publicize our fundraising campaign on Indiegogo? The link is https://igg.me/@/Forrest Ward School. And by the way, about the painting of the Vermont vignettes. Now when I pass by it, I smile inside, because now the school bell scene reminds me of the one on the side of Forrest Ward Memorial School. And that is a happy feeling, a happy memory, a happy experience that I will be thankful for forever. Sincerely, Renee Jomaa, North Bennington, Vermont.